Okay, it is Saturday, the 22nd. Obviously, it's 1:45. We've just finished an hour and 10-minute run out into the bay, way out into the bay with Pacific Child, with really excellent results. All of the work that I did on the engine paid off today. It did not stall, it did not die, it did not weaken, it did not overheat, it just didn't do anything but run, and run. So I'm very, very happy. For you who might be joining the show late here, what we've done over the last month is replaced the engine thermostat and water pump impeller, the primary and secondary fuel filters, the diesel lift pump. We've used barnacle buster to remove all the calcium from the fuel system, or from the cooling system. We've used evaporust to remove all of the rust from the cooling system, which has reduced the cylinder base temperatures from over 400 degrees to between 180 and 200 degrees. So major improvement there. We've replaced the water-cooled exhaust elbow, which was clogged up, with a new one. And so the upshot of all of that work and all of that money is that now the engine is just really running very nicely. Today we took it out the Santa Fe Canal, out past the East Marin Island, out almost to East Brothers Light, and back again. Here's the chart that shows what we did. Warmed the boat up before we left, untied and took off at 10 minutes after 12. We ran about 1,300 RPM up the canal for about 10 minutes. Somewhere in there, the hour meter turned over 1,000 hours exactly. When we started doing the engine testing and the runs out there, I think we were at 991 or something. So there you go. At 12:20 we were out of the residential part of the canal. Went to 1,500 RPM and ran at 1,500 RPM, which is about 5.5 miles an hour, 5 knots, for almost 20 minutes, 18 minutes. And then we took it up to 1,700 RPM, 18, 1850, 19, 1950. And at 1,800 and above, it's really smoking very badly. And in my opinion, the engine is just being overloaded, and it makes no point to run it like that. So I didn't continue to do that. And after a couple of minutes, I was back. I ran it at 1,700 for a couple of minutes, and then back to 1,600. And when we ran it at 1,600, 1,625 for, let's see, from 12:40 to 1:07, that's 27 minutes. Previously on all those runs, when we took it out the canal, after around 24 minutes, the thing would die time after time. So 1,600 is kind of a practical maximum to run the thing out continuously. Did that for 27 minutes, no problem at all. At that point, we were back in the the residential part of the canal, 5 mile an hour speed limit. We took it down to 1,350, ran up the canal 1,300, 1,350, which is I know probably around 3 knots or so, and dodging the paddleboard people. Got back here at into the dock at 20 after 1, so the entire run was an hour and 10 minutes. And we watched the thermostat the whole time. It would climb up to 140, 145 degrees. The thermostat would open, and you just see the needle go right back down again to, around 125, 130. And that would be what it did. Most of the time was running right in between those two marks in the happy zone. And so just can't ask for anything better than this. I think we've established the proper operating parameters for the engine with this prop, which is I think 11 by 19 or 12 by 19. Pretty good bite to that prop. So everything was perfect. And 1600 or below, smoke is either non-existent or not visible, or very, very minimal. But up around 1700 and above, it's very noticeable, and what's the point of going around being a big stink pot? So, couple of $1,000 worth of labor and parts, and a lot of sore muscles and stuff, but a very good result. So I think now the boat is ready to go to survey, and certainly the drivetrain isn't going to be a sticking point in any way now.